Hello, welcome to Unlock with Daryl Davis. This is a Shako Media Vault production and be produced by DJ Juice. We're coming up to you with some TDCJ update on the facilities that has been locked down since September the 6th of 23. Many of them have started to come off of lockdown now. Normal operations has begun to resume. So if you have loved ones that you hadn't heard from, you should be getting mail from. They had those tablets, so phone calls shouldn't have stopped and letters shouldn't have stopped. So it should be moving for them, going to commissary and things like that. We still have several units that's locked down. Polonsky unit over there in Livingston, Texas. Hey, that's a bad boy over there. That's number 2 in the nation. Has been the most deadliest prison in the United States of white America. Really bad over there. That's the unit I had issues with gangs and officers over there. And you'll hear that story as well. The units in East Texas that's still on lockdown is the units in Tennessee Colony, Texas, where you have the Cofield unit, the Michael, the Beto, and the Pilots unit, which is the former Beto 2 unit. Several units have closed down in that area, the Gurney unit being one of them, and well, maybe that's the only one that was closed down in that area. But few of them in that region has been closed, but they're still on lockdown. Several days ago, you had Sally that killed his cellmate over on the Cofield unit while on lockdown. And I think that it's because of the heat. I have spent time in that situation, and during the summer, it get real hot. As to times that the building I would live in would get up to 180 degrees. No cap. Respectfully, this is what happened in there because I lived in what they call the dormitory, which is tin metal, the whole thing. And you got to remember, we're on a concrete slab. That's I'm not good at square for at least 5,000 square. Bigger than that, it has to be because it's able to hold 300 men at once, right? So you can just imagine the slab of what I'm talking about, and then it's surrounded by tin box top walls, and when it's 100 outside, just imagine what that tin gets up into, and you have men in there sweltering, and there's been days in there where it be so hot and you have to put water on the floor to lay down and put your fan on the floor just to cool off. So I can imagine what they're going through right now. And temperatures flare and escalate. And when it start cooling down at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, the temperature start to drop, and you start to get settled maybe about 6 and 7, about 7:30, 8 o'clock, it's heating back up again. So tempers began to frustrate, and you had a few killings down there. They said it was 16 before the cellmate killed his cellie over on the Cofield unit a few days ago. So I imagine a lot of that violence was due to the tension from the heat. Inmates not having proper access to ice regularly. If you do get a bucket of ice, you always have the nasty one. That's right, I said it. The nasty one would take his hands and go over there and stick it in the cooler just to get him a cup of ice. Now, the whole bucket of ice is ruined. So you're dealing with those kinds down there as well. I seen that. The guys that's on I get phone calls from that's on the Pulaski unit that keeps me abreast of what's going on down there. They also have death row on that unit. I was blessed to go back there on death row to visit with a few death row inmates that was back there. Kerry Russo. They called him Burr when he was back there. Thomas Miller Ale. I was blessed to go and talk with him to pick his mind in legal issues and to minister to him. Peter Cantu, one of the most gruesome killers that ever come out of Houston. I was able to go back and talk to him and dialogue with him a while I was on that unit. The unit itself was it was kind to me, and I have stories about it that I'm willing to share with the people. around this country. Like I said, the number two most deadliest unit in the United States of white America. And then that's the Cofield unit. I never was on the Cofield unit, but that's a pretty tough unit as well. Uh, but make sure you check on your people that's still on lockdown, that's in that Tennessee College area, that around that Livingston area. Uh, Most of the units down south is starting to come up now. The Justas, the Ramseys, they're all starting to come up. Bunch of country band, fine, you know. Hey, I don't know what's wrong with them, how they living in there. But man, it ain't cool in prison. It's not cool. People, we worrying y'all out here about do this and do that. We become a very impatient group of people. Not many of us in prison have patience. We want everything right now. And I apologize to all the people that I put pressure on to do things for me when I was incarcerated. Didn't know, and now I do. Try to be helpful to those that need guidance in that area. We're thankful for what God is allowing us to do to come into your homes, into your cars. We're just blessed to be able to give you information that will be able to help you in the future on dealing with incarceration. We'll go through the grievance process with you. As we stated before, the I-60s or the medical, or when your loved ones call them and they need medical attention, and what you can do to resolve the problem when they're not getting the proper care that they think they should be getting. We are bullshitters too, right? We go bullshit. We are bullshit people behind that wall, and we want you to know that. And it's hard to bullshit someone that has spent as much time in that jungle as I have. So we know the ones that really want to help. We know the ones that really want to help. But most of all, we want to help these mothers out here that has children in that jungle. We want to help men in that jungle that has kids out here. Kids that's going without a father. We want to be there for them as well. We're gonna get a group of men. We have uh, John over at Legion of Boom Boxing. He's going to partner with us, and we have other people. Mass Connection. He's involved with our youth foundation as well. So we have a lot of stuff on the plate beside this criminal justice system. This just something that keep people abreast of the ones that has loved ones that's incarcerated and that need to know what they're doing, what they need to do to get to a better place when the system is not very kind to them. Uh, I was blessed to be able to walk through there and did it my way. And when I say my way, I mean just my way. You ever heard of a rule breaker? Hey, for me, Major, the rule maker, right? I literally allowed them people to make rules uh, uh, because of the way I did things in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice. And no cap, I have people that lives in my town that know me, how I moved in that prison. I moved in that prison to the point that they said I was a snitch. I was a rat because they didn't understand the way I was moving. I didn't move like no thug. I didn't move like no hoodlum. I wasn't tatted up. I wasn't in the doors masturbate, pulling on myself like no monkey, respectfully. I move like them people move, right? What made me different than you? The only thing that made me different from you was that you got to go home every day and I didn't, right? But you was coming right back here. Your uniform was gray. Mine was white, right? I didn't see myself as an inmate. I seen myself as a person. And when I did that, that allowed me to move differently. I got a phone call last week from a guy, old Bobo. Hey, a lot of people out there named Bobo. DeCarlo, shout out to you, brother. Much love. You gonna get up out that jungle one day, man. Just behave yourself. Hey, cause God got you. Bobo said, man, Major, you remember how you used to move down here? I said, yeah, man. He said, man, them niggas, they moving just like you moved down here. I said, man, them whole ass niggas used to call me a rat, man. They said I was a snitch. He said, man, them niggas didn't understand you. He said, man, you stayed out the way. He said, you did your thing down here. And Bobo knew me from way back when we was on Turl Unit. Turl Unit later changed his name to Pulaski Unit. Well, when I was on Turl Unit, I used to have about 8 pair of tennis shoes. Man, I had the Jordans. I had Sean Kim Nikes. I told you I was a rule maker, right? And they hadn't seen this rule. So from the county jail all the way up until prison, I kept what they call receipts, right? From all my commissary purchases, all my property papers, everything I had in a file. And niggas ain't used to doing that, you see? So when they was put the law on me for them to come take my stuff, and it's time for me to go fade the GI about my shit, right? I got my property papers. I got all my commissary papers. So everything you took out of Major's house, you got to give it back to him. So now these niggas see this fat nigga coming down the sidewalk, pulling all this shit that these people that took out of the house, burn it back in there. And now, mind, that no ass nigga snitching. No, that nigga trying to make the best way he can by keeping his shit together and y'all up out of his mix. Now, if y'all would have followed his plan, y'all would have been doing the same thing. But now y'all want to be little a nigga name. Now, it's all good because God get the glory. Y'all, the more y'all bash the nigga, y'all still couldn't pull him into them gangs, right? Y'all still couldn't get him tattooed up. Y'all still couldn't get him to participate in homosexuality. But this is a dude right here that take no credit for none of this here, right? It's all because of Daddy God allowed me to come through that concrete jungle feeling like Joseph, right? And I knew I was hating on, but I was blessed. I was blessed. I was powerfully blessed to be able to come through there. And I'm going to continue to share some of those stories with you. I'm going to get some of my partners out here that done time with me. We're going to put them up on this show. We're going to let them know what's going on. We're going to give it to you raw and uncut, right? I'm talking about nigga greasing themselves up with baby oil, putting themselves in the dough, pulling on themselves, masturbating, talking about here she comes, she a freak. Nah, nigga, she ain't no freak. You the freak. Get up out that door before you get your head busted with that hot pot, right? Yeah, it happens down at TDC. Yeah, we'll tell you some of those stories where a nigga get that hot water thrown on him, and he got Snicker bar in there. He got Magic Shave in there, and he in that door pulling on himself like a monkey. Yeah. He get that hot, whatever it is, hot lava. Because the skin coming up off of him, and every time he rub, it's coming up off of him. I seen that in that jungle. We talking about animals in the concrete jungle. Man, check on your people in the penitentiary. We can go on with this. God has been tremendously good to us. And make sure you subscribe, like, and share the video. We thank you for your support. Hey, people, we coming in 3 areas. We coming in religion, law, and politics. Peace out. Much love to you. Continue to show us your support and love, and we'll be forever grateful to the people. Hey, we love you.